My name is Tyrone. I'm from Long Island. I'm also a spokesmodel with the campaign HIV Stops With Me, which I've been here for the last 8 years. I've been living with HIV since 2006, but I'm gonna back it up a little bit because my story is struggle to triumph. When I was first diagnosed, I was diagnosed in a hospital. My T cells were at like a 14, so I had to be put into a coma. I was in a coma for 2 weeks. I woke up 96 pounds, couldn't walk, had to learn how to walk all over again. Came home on 17 different medications. And mind you, this was 2006. 17 different medications, had to learn how to walk all over again. So that was my struggle. And I think because of that struggle, it made me who I am today. And I'll explain that a little bit. Because when I was diagnosed as a black gay man, and at the time, like I wasn't out, like, you know, like, hey, I wasn't out. I was mostly on the down low having sex with my friends, you know, so it was something entirely different. And once I was diagnosed, it was like, it was a change for me because not long after that, I met Sheldon. He was at the agencies interviewing people for the campaign. And one of the first questions I had for him is, will this campaign make a difference? Or is it just gonna be talking about HIV and blah, blah, blah? And we had a serious conversation and he explained to me what the campaign was about. So I decided to do the campaign. But that wasn't the main reason. See, like, this is so crazy because that wasn't even the main reason. Joining the campaign was my way of letting everyone know that I was at that point living with HIV. So it was out there. Now I just did a blanket drop, bang. Everybody knew at the same time. So my mom at the time wasn't too happy about that because I had the type of mother, she was like, we'll deal with it, but everybody doesn't have to know. So it was like our best kept secret, which was great for her, but it was unhealthy for me holding that all inside. So by joining the campaign, I was able to express how I felt and get honest feedback, you know? And that's just sometimes a lot we don't want to get people's feedback. We're nervous or stigmatized. But I felt that with the platform of the campaign, that would kind of like steady me out. That would be like my foundation. So if I did get a lot of stigma or bad things to say, I could fall back on a campaign and I know how to, a group of other people that were living and going through the same thing I was going through, so I could talk to them and we could relate to each other about our stories. Now, fast forward, I still deal with people living with HIV. When I first was diagnosed, when I first joined the campaign and we talk about our target audience, we always think that our target audience is going to be the people that look like us, act like us in our communities. So for me, I thought it would be part of the LGBT population, gay men or MSM men. And after a while, I didn't have an audience for maybe like 2 years till I started building up my brand. And it turned out that my biggest audience are mothers with sons and daughters who may have had an exposure to HIV. They can come talk to me, they'll send me chats through Facebook, Instagram, and ask me questions. And I love that I'm able to build a brand, but what I love more is because of the brand, allowing me to speak my truth. I have a whole community of people that put their trust in me, that trust me enough to come talk to me about their kids, their most privileged and prized information. They trust me with it. So like, I'm ecstatic about that. And that's all because of the campaign, but it's also for me allowing myself to unpack some stuff when I had the interview with Sheldon. And I think that was like the first time I really had a real conversation about my status with anyone in that type of way. Because you know, you can talk to people and just talk and have general conversations. But when you start unpacking stuff, that takes you to a whole nother level. Because when you unpack it, it's like, that shit, this is real. Like, this is real. This is real. This is what I'm dealing with. So I took that and I just stayed the course, kept building myself, kept talking to more and more people, meeting different spokesmodels, and learning how to become a spokesmodel, what the role of a spokesmodel is. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can say, I'm a spokesmodel, but with that title comes a lot of responsibility. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak to people, the way you deal with people. And mostly important, what I learned is allowing yourself to have grace. And that's something that I'm still working on now. Like, you know what I always say to people? This is one thing I say, because everybody be like, oh, you look so nice, you look good. And what I say is that when I wake up in the morning, I have to put on a face, makeup, not literally makeup, but you know what I'm saying? I have to get up, put on this face, put on a smiley, you know what I'm saying? And walk outside, and everybody's like, oh, he's good, look, he's living with HIV, he's doing good, and all X, Y, and Z. And it's really not that, but to put on that face, to go outside and move forward. So that's why I said, I'm still in the process of unpacking this, trying to process it, and like learning who I am. Because you can project that you're comfortable and you're good, but inside, maybe not so much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a work in progress. I'm learning, but I'm also striving and thriving. I've been undetectable now for over 10 years, so I'm still working in the field, doing advocacy, reaching out to my people, treatment and prevention, and using this campaign as my foundation to build myself up and to help my community.